Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm really grateful to be here, coming to you live from Rythmia. Today, show no impartiality. Does that mean moral apathy? Does no impartiality mean that I am not feeling anything? No, that's not what it means. I want to tell you what it means. But before I tell you what it means, I want to tell you a little bit about this amazing place, Rythmia, that I get to come to all the time. Oh my God. I was just talking to someone today about how fortunate I am to be able to show up and that I get to do this, that I get to walk this path with individuals who are interested in expanding their consciousness, interested in healing, interested in leaving the past behind and moving forward in their lives, connected to their own inner authority. That's what's happening every week here at Rythmia. Today's such an amazing day. I'll tell you, every week is different. This week, sometimes on Tuesday when I'm doing the integration class, everybody, they're like done. They're like, okay, cool. We already did all the intentions. We're cool. The rest of it's just icing on the cake. Yesterday, very few people had moved through the 3 intentions that we set each week, but I knew everything was going to be okay. I wasn't worried. I really, really wasn't. Because I know every week it works. It works. Everybody's a little different. It happens at different times. Today, as I was on campus talking to people, people that I had talked to yesterday and counseled or had interactions with who were feeling really lost and confused, man, today, everybody's like, oh my God, it was amazing. Last night was amazing. It's such a cool thing. It's such a cool thing. So if you're interested in finding out more about this, check out rythmia.com, call the phone room, find out about this amazing place where miracles happen every day. So long time no see, brother Diego, Black Jaguar Medicine Man. I love you, brother. Thank you, man. So good to see you. So good to see you. Okay, so today's talk, show no partiality. There's a beautiful essay by Anthony DeMello called Show No Partiality. And in it, DeMello is pretty direct. He's like, think about all the people that you are attached to, that you please, that you are committed to making sure that you're connected to. And he kind of goes through all this and shows that we have this partiality. What does show no partiality means? Well, okay, first of all, let's back up to last week. We talked about atonement at one-ment. What does it mean to atone? Not the punitive sense of punishment, but at one-ment means returning to the realization, returning to wholeness, returning to God, returning to spirit, that we were never separate, that this is an illusion of separation. So atonement or at one-ment is erasing the illusion of separation, showing no partiality. They're doing some work, apparently. I'm partial to that noise not continuing. Show no partiality is if oh my God, my hand got caught on the my bracelet got caught on my shorts and I couldn't get my bracelet off. All right, what's going on? It's going to be a good talk because some stuff is happening. Okay, so show no partiality. If atonement is erasing the illusion of separation, show no partiality is really calling us to freedom. Showing no partiality is reminding us that not only are we one, but that everyone is one with the one. So it's erasing separation at the level of perception. Atonement is erasing separation at the level of being. And no partiality is erasing separation at the level of perception. And this was particularly powerful for me because as I have returned to Costa Rica, after spending a month in the United States, I was really shaken by the division. And not only by the division, but by the division I felt in my heart. Because, on the political spectrum, both sides feel that there is a urgent need to make sure that their perspective wins the day. Because that perspective is the perspective, it's like, Otherwise, everything's going to hell. Like, everybody feels the moral high ground on each side. And wow, we're growing at Rythmia, so there's going to be a little bit of noise. There's some construction going on. So this division, I noticed in me. That was the thing. Like, maybe I could be okay with division out there, but all of a sudden, it was really in me, and I was taking sides, and I was feeling in my heart contra, against, and that was disturbing to me, because it goes against everything that I know spiritually and intellectually. But there was a part of me emotionally that still felt really divided. And so I became interested in this idea of how do we navigate that? How do we, I feel very strongly about my political opinions, and so do you, whatever your perspective is. So how do we navigate through division to see unity? Easier said than done. But Anthony DeMello's essay, Show No Partiality, helps us to find freedom through being impartial. Now, impartial doesn't mean to be apathetic. It doesn't mean to be numb or to withdraw. To me, it really is predicated on two different modes at the same time. The first mode is the level of form. On the level of form in this world, I want to act in ways that are in alignment with my being. I want to be aligned, mind, body, and soul. And I want my actions and my words and my deeds to all be aligned. So that does not mean that I'm impartial to my opinion, to what's going on. I'm not impartial to suffering. I'm not impartial to violence, right? On the level of form, I can take my stand. I can participate. I can vote. I can protest. I can write letters. I can communicate. I can hold forums. I can do lives. I can do all this stuff on the level of form. On the level of being, on the level of spirit, at the same time that I'm in my form, stating my opinion, speaking out against injustice, fighting for what I'm not fighting, standing up for what I believe is right. On the level of spirit, we're all one, no matter what your political perspective is. And this is the come from. This is what, for me, I really want to communicate is, can I hold at the same time, I disagree with you and we are one, to see through the division to the unity in back of everything. This is being emotionally disentangled from the drama and resting in this sacred neutrality. Show no partiality means not dividing life into friend and foe, good and bad, worthy, unworthy, right? This is what's happening. Friend and foe. You're either with me or you're against me. So show no partiality means not dividing life into that. Show no partiality is not indifference. It's seeing through the eyes of love without preference. At-one-ment dissolves separation at the level of being. Impartiality dissolves judgment at the level of perception. So, I wanted to see where I could soften into neutrality as I listen to the news, as I read the news, as I hear, because there are people that I love really deeply that we see things so differently politically now. How do we navigate that? In the past, I just shut up. I didn't want to say anything. That doesn't feel right. Fighting for my opinion doesn't feel right either. So I realize it's my come from. It's being impartial within me that's the important thing. All sorts of stuff is happening today. Calls are coming in. Hey, everybody. Okay. So all sorts of stuff is happening here. We got construction going on, connection issues. All right. And you know what? I'm impartial, showing no partiality. So impartiality isn't moral apathy, but it's responding from truth, not from bias or emotion. Can I respond from truth and not from bias or emotion? So, it doesn't mean I stop caring about suffering or injustice or violence. It means that I stop adding more separation into it. It means that I stop making enemies of people in my heart. Again, it's my come from. Where am I coming from? And people feel your come from. People feel the energetic stance that I take, that you take when we enter into a conversation. So I had a good friend who I was camping with, and he went to connect with an old friend of his. Before we went camping, he was connecting with another old friend, and he's known this guy for many years, and he came to meet this friend, and the friend took him to a men's retreat for a conservative Christian organization in Montana. And my friend, this is a great example of impartiality. So he's very opposite in his political views. And this was a very political Christian, men's retreat. And he spent the weekend with these guys. And he was totally impartial, asking questions, not from a place of gotcha, but of a place of genuine curiosity, finding a way to build a bridge and speak with these people. Now, they're not his people, right? That's not the tribe he wants to hang out with, but he was there. And in that moment, instead of making people wrong, he asked questions, became interested. He saw clearly and wasn't condemning the people, not condemning. My mom used to say, you separate the deed from the doer. Impartiality is presence without poison. Impartiality is not, it's seeing reality as it is, the pain, the conflict, the separation, the fear, without overlaying it with more judgment and self-righteousness. So on the level of form, injustice is real, suffering is real, compassion calls us to respond. On the level of essence, no one is outside of God. On the level of essence, we are all one. And this is, even when someone's forgotten it, we're one. So at one mint teaches we're all one in spirit. Sacred neutrality teaches I can hold the truth while witnessing the illusion of division at play. This has been the mantra that I've been saying to myself while I'm listening to the news or reading about it is, I'm watching the illusion of separation and division at play. I'm watching the illusion of it. This is what happens when, you fight fire with fire. Just more ego bumping into each other and projection. So at the level of form, I can protest, I can vote, I can send aid, I can advocate for peace, I can do that. On the level of essence, I'm keeping my heart open to all sides, refusing to step into hate, refusing to step into division, even to those who are causing harm. So, you might say neutrality is like I can pray for the mother who's lost a child in the Congo, and I can pray for the mother who's lost a child in Russia. And I can pray for the mother who's lost a child in the Ukraine, and I can pray for a mother who's lost a child in Israel, and I can pray for a mother who's lost a child in Gaza. We are one. Now that's radical love. That's the love that Jesus taught. That's the love that Buddha taught. That's the love that Mother Teresa taught. That's the love that Martin Luther King Jr. taught. That's the love that Nelson Mandela taught. That's the love that the mystics and the gurus have been saying for all the ages. When we see violence and oppression, I notice my ego rushes to take a side. But impartiality asks, can I respond with clarity and compassion without losing my center? I can still discern what's harmful, I can say this action isn't aligned with love. And at the same time, I'm no longer reacting to the darkness. Rather, I'm illuminating it. I'm no longer reacting to the darkness. Rather, I'm illuminating it. So this is really the message that had really come to me as I wanted to come from love in my heart and speak my truth on the level of form. So I wanted to share that with you, this idea of impartiality, show no partiality on the level of essence. We're all one with God. We are all God. We are all source. We are all one. I can't hurt somebody without hurting myself. I can't help somebody without helping myself. This is the truth. I can't hurt anything without hurting myself. I can't hurt the earth without hurting myself. We don't realize that. So even those who don't realize that, I can't hurt them or hate them or not have love in my heart for them without hurting myself. So this is really about self-preservation. It's really about cleaning up our interior space so that I can not add more of the division to the world. I don't need to add more separation on top of it. I still want to speak my truth. I still want to honor, it's my truth and they have their truth, and your truth and my truth are not the truth, but they're valid. And underneath all of it is oneness. And that's, I got to walk through life in that way, holding those two things in my consciousness at the same time. So this is our talk today. Show no partiality. Thank you for watching. I'll be here next week. We'll have a next topic in the arc of this development on atonement at one-ment, seeing the unity through division. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Many blessings, and I'll see you next Thursday. All right.